Everybody and their brother knows that the Detroit Lions are absolutely gunning for a Super Bowl this year. But yesterday, there was news that was dropped that could absolutely change the entire landscape of the NFC playoff race that could make now the Detroit Lions the Super Bowl favorites. We're going to talk about it in this episode, folks, so don't you dare go anywhere.
What are we? What makes us what we are and what we're going to be? It's grit. It's what we started with last year, guys. Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and three toes. I will beat your ass.
Can definitely compete with the big dogs.
10-5 end zone touchdown Detroit Lions.
You guys are unbelievable, man. I'm telling you.
We are driven by Detroit.
Hello, Detroit Lions fans, and welcome on back to yet another episode of MCM Motor City Mania. I'm your host, David T. Pike, and as always, we're diving on in. So, folks, I am not going to beat around the bush. I am not going to, drag this out. There was news yesterday that if true, that if it actually comes to pass, will make the Detroit Lions Super Bowl favorites for the NFC. I am calling it right now, and if it comes to pass, dude, it will happen. What in the hell am I talking about? Yesterday, it was reported by Cam Marino on his Twitter account that a trade had been officially, been done by the Pittsburgh Steelers and the San Francisco 49ers to trade Brandon Aiyuk to the Steelers. Now, this has not been announced. It has not been verified by anybody else except by Cam Marino. Adam Schefter has not reported it. Ian Rappaport has not reported it. Will they report it? That remains to be seen. And if by the time this episode gets released, it actually does become verified, I will be absolutely ecstatic. Because let's understand something here. For us Lions fans, we already know that the primary competition for us to get to a Super Bowl is going to be the San Francisco 49ers. It's not the Rams, it's not the Cowboys, it's not the Eagles, it's not any other team in the NFC except the Niners. Right now, the Niners are in a really hard position because they've been trying to deal with contract disputes between Trent Williams and Brandon Aiyuk. So far, it looks like Trent Williams and the Niners are trying to work something out. But Brandon Aiyuk has already requested a trade. It seems like the Niners at this point are acquiescing to his decision to want a trade. And the reports that we're hearing is that they are actually reaching out to teams to see who's really interested. That's why this report from Cam Marino, actually to me, even though it's currently a rumor, it has not been verified yet, it really has got my ears perked because it's like, okay, wait a minute here. Cam Marino is saying that the Steelers have officially put in a trade for Brandon Aiyuk. The report is the Niners are calling teams to try and trade Brandon Aiyuk. Okay, that right there is 2 + 2 = 4. The only thing that is missing is the 4, which says, hey, the trade has actually been done. Now, whether or not that happens, again, that has yet to be seen. But what I'm going to say is this. If the 49ers lose Brandon Aiyuk, will they still be a good team? Absolutely, they will still be a good team. They will still have Deebo Samuel. They will still have Christian McCaffrey. They will still have George Kittle. They will still have a lot of weapons. But when you lose a weapon like Brandon Aiyuk, who was a 1,000-yard plus receiver last year, I do not care what team you are. That is going to hurt. That is going to be a massive amount of production that is going to now disappear. Now, obviously, the 49ers don't necessarily feel too bad about it because obviously, they're at this point, like I said, they're possibly looking at trying to make a trade. But the thing of the matter is that, I'm sorry, just trying to replace 1,000+ yards worth of production is no easy feat. It's not going to just happen easy. So for me, it's like, okay, you lose Brandon Aiyuk. Are you still a talented team? Yes. But now you've opened up a massive opportunity for the Detroit Lions. The Lions don't have such problems right now. All of their guys are on board. They are working towards winning the Super Bowl. Everybody that is a core offensive piece right now has been locked down and is going to be with the team now for the very foreseeable future. Okay, that right there means that the Lions, their championship window, as everyone has already established, is wide open. But now it means that their ability to get to a Super Bowl just got a hell of a lot easier because without Brandon Aiyuk, that is a massive blow potentially for the 49ers to try and figure out, okay, how are we going to replace this? Whether or not they're able to replace it, I don't know. But what I will say is this. For the Detroit Lions, this is kind of like, okay, Everything seems to be falling into place. I've said this multiple times. If you're going to try and go on a Super Bowl run, if you're going to try and get to a Super Bowl, everything has to fall damn near perfectly into place for you in order for it to happen. Well, let's take a look at it. The Lions have already made their roster probably as damn close to perfect as they are ever going to get it. Their offense is stacked from top to bottom. Elite offensive line, top 10 quarterback, two fearsome twosomes on freaking running backs and wide receivers, and they have a top 3 tight end. Okay, you've got a great offense. Your defense has made massive strides, massive improvements this offseason. Everything is in place on your team to make the move to go and get a Super Bowl. The only thing that's standing in your way is the team that bounced you out of the Super Bowl potential last year with the 49ers. And now the report is that the 49ers are on the verge of trading one of their biggest weapons to a team that's not even in the NFC. Think about that, folks. What makes this even better is that the Lions are not even going to have to face Brandon Aiyuk if this is true, because the Steelers are in the AFC. So that's even a double whammo for the freaking Lions, because it's like, hey, we don't even have to deal with Brandon Aiyuk anymore. We don't have to deal with his talent. He's getting shipped to the AFC. He's not going to have any freaking bearance on us unless we get to a Super Bowl. And let's call it for what it is. The Steelers, great franchise, historic franchise, freaking storied franchise. They have a lot of success. But the Steelers are not competing for a Super Bowl anytime soon. They're in a rebuilding phase right now. So as far as I'm concerned, that's just even better news for the Lions. Because it's like, okay, if the news, like I said, is true that Cam Marino has put out that, okay, the 49ers are trading Brandon Aiyuk to the Steelers, that's two great pieces of news, because it's like, okay, we no longer have to deal with Aiyuk, but at the same time, he's being shipped out of the conference. So again, it's awesome, awesome news. And like I said, it vastly shifts the landscape of the NFC Super Bowl race, because it's like, okay, the 49ers were still considered the most likely team to go back to the Super Bowl, with the Lions like right behind their heels, like it was 1A, 1B. But if this actually comes to pass, the Lions are instantly going to leapfrog them. No doubt in my mind. And it is going to, dude, I'm telling you, it is going to take over the airwaves. But I just wanted to talk about this because whether or not it comes to pass, I don't know. But the fact that there is so much news around it that kind of gives me the indication that it might happen, that there's a good chance it would happen, I could not talk about it. But I'm going to end the episode here really quickly, and I just want to say to everybody, thank you all for watching in another episode of MCM Motor City Mania. If you like what you saw, by all means, I highly encourage y'all to watch the next episode. Also encourage y'all to do one of these 3 things: like, comment, and subscribe. If by chance you subscribed in the past and you forgot to do so at the time, or you just subscribed and not had a chance to do so, highly encourage y'all to subscribe, but I also want to make sure to hit that bell notification icon, so that way you guys never miss any more content that I push out. Also want to encourage y'all, please share this content with your Lions friends and family members. Share it here on YouTube, share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, share it anywhere and everywhere you can, with everybody and anybody that you can. The more we can share it, the greater the channel grows, the greater the channel spreads. And with that being said, to everybody, I hope you all are having a great day. I hope you all are having a blessed day. I hope everything in your life makes you happy, makes you smile, and I hope you enjoyed the content. God bless. And until the next time we meet, I'll see you all in the next episode.